Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Bear with me as I get the show together, folks. Alright, seems like I'm loud and clear. Yo, shout out to everybody who's joining me in the audience right now. I see a couple people watching, but right now we're just chilling, man. We're just chilling in here. Shout out to everybody slowly coming into the building. Let me know when you guys come in here, and we'll go ahead and get things started. And man, I'm really disappointed in what I'm seeing here with the Coinbase lawsuit. That's very disappointing, man. Is it Twitter? Yeah, let me go on Twitter and see what's going on with. And now that I'm live, my internet's a little slow, but let's go ahead and talk about what. Let me get this music off. My bad, guys. Shout out to everybody coming into the chat room. Shout out to everybody coming back into the chat room. Oh, you can barely see that. Okay, hold on. I might have to move to my other screen. If you haven't heard, the SEC has put out a complaint against Coinbase. Coinbase stock is basically crashing after hours right now. It's not looking too good. Let's look at Coin right now. Let's look at Coin right now. Okay. Maybe it's not too bad. Where is market closed? Okay. Where are we at after hours right now, though? Come on. Trading View, let's get it together. Fuck. What's going on, Woody Wright, TKS? Yeah, Bitcoin's looking good. I like where Bitcoin is right now. I'm a big fan of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? For a long time, I didn't know what it was, but I love it now, and that's all that matters when I look at Bitcoin, and it looks very strong, regardless of this pullback that we're starting to see in Bitcoin right now. Okay, and Bitcoin USD. I already know what the ticker is. I don't know why. Trading View is running slow now, but yeah, I mean, regardless of the pullback, I think you can see it on the hour. There he goes on the hourly. You know, again, when the allegations came out on Coinbase, we didn't see that big of a drop, but I do want to let you guys know it is hot on the daily chart. I mean, it's very, very, very hot, but it's long all the way right now on Bitcoin until we start to see something else. Now, here's the thing, though. There is charts out there showing that individuals who are quote unquote whales are selling on the way up. And there is quite a bit of resistance up there at 2,900, 30,000, right? 29,000, 30,000. And again, it could be, purely technical. It could be purely technical, but, there are sellers up there. There are a lot of people who are down huge in Bitcoin, and they could very well be using this as an opportunity to, get some profit, or not even profit, but make up some losses that they, have been sitting on for a long time. Universal Success, what's up, bro? Yes, sir. I got a video coming out that I'd like to make hopefully after the show. That's why this won't be a long one. about some of these Bitcoin stocks. But more importantly, I want to put out a video on GameStop and what happened to GameStop today. GameStop, real nice pop on GameStop, GME. Real nice pop on GME, but I still think at the end of the day, it's still a stock in the single digits. And that's not something that's very popular to say now, but especially, 2 years ago. If you guys remember when this stock got up to as high as nearly $400, I think it actually passed $400. And look where it is now, $23 a share. A lot of people made a lot of money on GameStop going in this direction. And this is an opportunity, and you can see it clearly here on today's price action that some people are using to load up on more shorts as again, this stock continues to wind down. This is a company that's winding down. It's not building up. At the end of the day, they're getting smaller. Their footprint is getting smaller. They're not going to get smaller and sell more. They're going to get smaller and sell less. So you can't have a situation where you have a company with, what is it, a $7 billion market cap that will have possibly, a footprint that's less than half of its current size. I tried to log in to listen to the earnings call and I couldn't get in. And I noticed on the website they haven't posted it yet on their website. So I don't know what's up with that. But I do want to hear the earnings call on GME. But I think that's a really, really good short. We'll be paying attention to that. And I want to start talking about that a little bit more on the show too. Buying some puts and writing them down. Because some of these are trash, bro. Some of these stocks are real trash. And I want to hear about some of the trash some of you guys are trading. Overall, let's pay attention to what the market is doing right now overall. And again, we're just in this trend, man. And I've talked about that, in this kind of like, 3450 to 4300, that kind of level. And what the real challenges of that are to people in our generation who could very well find ourselves in this trading pattern, for the next, 5 years, man. For the next 5 years. Shout out to the Federal Reserve by raising interest rates today. I didn't think they would have that level of discipline. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think the discipline was there. I was ready for them to pivot. I was ready for them to pivot. I was ready for them to come out and say, you know what? Based on what we're seeing in the financial sector, we've decided to momentarily pause increasing interest rates or even cut. I mean, because we've been that disciplined over the last 10, 15 years since 2009. So what the hell? Why not go back to it? But, shout out to Jerome Powell, man. Shout out to Jerome Powell finding some discipline, sticking to his guns. He say he's going to try to fight inflation back down to 2%. I don't believe he's going to achieve it. Go to hell, Peter Schiff. But at the end of the day, he's right on that. He's right on that. I still soak game from his podcast as much as I don't like him. And he's a suspected white supremacist, but that's a different conversation. He's right about the fact that we clearly don't have inflation under control, and we're not going to have it under control for many, many years. We printed so much money during the pandemic, whether we're talking about the money we handed out to individuals, the money we handed out to companies who said they were going to produce masks and the machines to help you breathe and all of that crap. See, everything. See, now I'm going live. Everybody want to hit me up. And the machines to help you breathe. The names are escaping me right now. You had a lot of companies that had their hand out and got a nice infusion of cash. And then we had programs that we started right after the pandemic. Some to help veterans get into tech programs, some of them to, you know, pay back landlords for past due rent. We had a lot of programs. Then we created this another program where it helps you pay for internet. Like if you receive food stamps, you can get a discounted rate on your internet. Now that I actually think that's pretty cool because, you know, I, I think it's fucked up that a lot of people in this country use their phones to get on the internet, especially if you in the hood. Uh, Lord knows I love the hood because that's where all the fat butts are. But at the end of the day, I hate the fact that in the hood a lot of people don't have internet, and their primary way to get the internet is for somebody to turn mobile hotspot on their phone, and then for a laptop, which typically is something that was given to the child, or is a Chromebook, which is a horrible laptop, uh, and that's the way they connect. That's the way they connect. All right. So put some tickers in the chat room. Shout out to everybody who's watching. I can't see and can't tell, but press like on this video right now. Press like on this video right now. Help me get this channel, grow this channel back. I'm being consistent here by going live every Monday and Wednesday, talking about the market. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty because I know you guys love the day trading. So yeah, I'll get back into the day trading stuff because the market just isn't, I wouldn't say the market, but YouTube land just isn't there yet where guys want to sit around, 15, 30, 60 days to make a trade happen, even though that's where the super winning percentages are. That's where these financial institutions, that's where, I hate to say it, but that's where these white folks is getting rich, man. He's on these longer term trades, these 90-day, 120-day, that's where they're growing their wealth. These day traders are still on here after so many years lying about, making $8 and $20 and $30,000 a day, and then they want to turn around and sell you something for $4.99. But I don't know, but something about the internet that still pushes that narrative, and it's sad. Yeah, but GNRC is not meeting my criteria right now. I said that on it's not, it's not, it doesn't meet my criteria. GNRC is not going to be attractive until it crosses over the 50 moving average. Until then, this is very much a very bearish stock right now. And I put a video, I made a video of the stock at $115 a share. It traded at $115 a share today. It literally bounces between 109 and 115 damn near every day. But it is not an attractive stock right now for a long. I would never buy this long right now based on what I'm seeing on the chart. I mentioned AMC on Monday. It's not going to last. And I'm going to reiterate, but be very brief about it. AMC does not have a future long term. I believe that the future of the movie business is individual owners owning cinemas and managing them themselves. It's very hard in 2023 to be a publicly traded company where 70% of your income is made on 2 days a week, right? And during the week, before 4 o'clock, you're selling the same tickets to the same movies at many places anywhere between 40 to 60% off. So I just feel like a franchise model is the future for AMC if they get smart about that. I saw a really great article on that going into a franchise model where they take off the liabilities on the corporate end and to put that on individual owners, it would make sense because you have some places that do very, very well, and there's some places that don't, and will make enough individually for a self proprietor to run the ship and make enough money for him to be able to make it and survive and grow on. But it wouldn't make sense for AMC as a company to hold on. That's what fast food does so well. They create the system, the marketing, right? And then the individual owner manages all the risk. That's why McDonald's does so well. And I like that. And I think AMC would do wonders if they just go into a franchise mode. You got the system, you got the marketing, you got the name recognition. You know, go hit up some individually wealthy people in the towns that AMC are and say, hey, we want to get this off our hands. You take on the risk. You just pay us a franchise fee. We'll give you some stock. I think that'd be a game changer for the company. Let me know what you think about that, Michael. How's the trucking going? I stopped the trucking, man. I keep telling myself I'll make a video on my time trucking, but I can't do it, bro. I can't do it because, one, nobody respects you when you're a truck driver. Nobody respects you. Um, nobody. Nobody respects you besides other truck drivers. Uh, I got a lot of respect for those guys on the road, but it's just not in me, man. You know, it's just not in me. The lifestyle is just it's not for me, man. The lifestyle ain't for me. I'm the type of dude where, I like I like being at home. I like my home. I like having people over. I like having females over. I like having family over. And when I found myself in the middle of June in Iowa, butt fuck Iowa, I mean, in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, and in that little box in the back of the truck, I'm saying, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing here? And it just hit me, man. It's just that wasn't for me. That's not the lifestyle that I wanted for myself. You know. Shout out to all the people who put me on game and gave me some great tips. But even at the pathetic $1,500 a week or so I was making, and the excuses, oh well, you're a new driver. You don't really have experience, bro. I'm whipping this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm whipping this shit. I'm pulling trailers. I got my doubles. I got what? I had every. I even forgot the name of that thing. I had doubles. I had hazmat. I got passenger. I got all the little things that they said would make me more attractive. And I found out it was just really a racket. Truck driving is a fucking racket, man. You know, it's a fucking racket. I couldn't pursue anything else because you're behind that wheel for 10 hours. I'm going to get off this topic here soon. I'm behind the wheel for 10 fucking hours a day. After I get off the wheel, I'm exhausted. I can't follow the charts like I want to. Some places you go to, you don't have internet. I'm calling people who I'm thinking I'm real cool with. They not answering the phone, and now I'm just kind of stuck out there in the middle of nowhere. And you want to know who your real friends are? Become a truck driver. Because you'd be real quick to see how people who used to come and pull up to your crib damn near every day, and now you out there in the middle of nowhere and they can't come see you, they will not check up on you, dude. Not even a hey, hi, what's going on? They don't, nothing. You're like invisible out there. You know, you're invincible out there. But I got to learn the lingo, Freightliner, International, Mack trucks. Got to learn about everything having to do with the truck. But the lifestyle, man, it's not a good lifestyle, man. It's not a healthy lifestyle either. It's not conducive to relationship. A lot of those guys, they they can't hold on to a relationship to save their life because the lifestyle is so hard on, you know, the woman. It's so hard on the kids. Yeah, bro, I got hazmat. I got hazmat. I got all of that stuff. You know, yes, indeed. Follow you since the cold apartment days. Yeah, I appreciate you, Ad Leon. Yeah, bro. Since my studio apartment with the sink in the back, that wasn't even a sink. It was actually where uh, the washing machine was supposed to, you know, uh, I forgot what the word is, drain itself. But they had removed the washing machine and left the sink, and they were using the sink as a sink to put your dishes in. You know, but that's where I started out at. And my first apartment streaming on YouTube was 400 I was paying $450 a month at that apartment. Universal, you said straight isolation. Absolutely, man. Absolutely straight isolation. And then what's sad about it is that you got people on social media that is trying to sell trucking as some kind of dream. Oh my God, I just, and depending on where you come from, like, you've been locked up 15 years and you coming out, bro, go get the CDL. You know what I'm saying? Go get it. You've been locked up 15 years. You need to run up a bag right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you coming out into a world where, those costs to get situated are going to hit hard depending on where you coming out at. But once you get on your feet, move on to something else. You said, I thought you had given up trading. Never. I was still trading. You got to remember, the reason why I went into trucking was the fact that all my affiliate basically programs due to COVID had shut off. Particularly, most of my affiliate websites are travel based. So what I was doing, shout out to ChatGPT because it's changing my life right now. But most of my travel websites were basically went to zero. They basically went to zero. So what I do is I buy PLR articles. PLR articles are basically articles that were written, a week ago, a month ago, year ago, based on locations and destinations all over the world. So PLR travel articles. You can get PLR articles on anything. I buy the rights to them, and I would have people from Pakistan and India rewrite them based on new information. I would, for example, if I want to create a page on the Great Wall of China, so I'd find articles on the Great Wall of China, get them updated. I would take pictures from Instagram who were people who had been at the Great Wall of China. Then I would make a blog page showing those pictures, the updated information. Right inside the article, I'd have my links to, whoever is great, giving the best deal at that time, Orbitz, Hotwire, whoever is giving a great affiliate link on the flights, and then I would push ads against the article. So I would make money as people see the article. Hey, flights to China, $1,000. That's the title of the article. Great Wall of China, great in the summer or some bullshit like that. They click, I make money. Well, during COVID, it all dried up. All that money dried up. So it's like, God damn, I got these bills. I got people who are depending on me. I got to do something. I got to do something. So I went out there and did that for a little bit. But is it what I wanted to do? Hell no. And then once I got out there, ran up a bag a little bit, and then travel started to come back. And then, if you guys remember, I had failed my CNA test because I thought I wanted to go into IT. I failed my CNA test, uh, CCNA, excuse me, test twice. Passed it the third time, and then people started calling. The calls started coming in, and I realized I didn't need to drive a truck anymore. And I didn't want to. and I didn't want to. What's going on, Darth? Yeah, shout out to everybody who's out here now trading these high beta stocks. They're moving. NIO, this man, this used to be a beast back in the day. NIO was a beast. And we say back in the day, I'm talking a year and a half, 2 years ago. NIO was a beast. I mean, you could buy calls on Monday, sell them on Friday, and rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Will it ever be like that again? I'm not sure because, you know, I feel like the temperature on China is getting a bit too hot, man. I don't know what is going on here, but there is a real hatred of China that is being pushed in our media that's I find very disturbing. And it's also sudden. It's also sudden because we didn't see this energy when Biden initially took office, but now for whatever, and we're starting to get a real anti-China vibe. There was a 60 Minutes episode. I want to say it was last week or toward the end of last week, where they literally spent the whole show talking about is the U.S. Navy ready to take on China? Like it was as if like these people want to attack us tomorrow. And don't get me wrong, if you want to have peace and security, be ready for war. I honestly believe that as a veteran. I still believe that. If you want to live in peace and harmony, you better be prepared for war at all times. But I don't like the mindset of just having that energy out there like China's going to come get us. China's going to come get us. Okay. Now you're pushing an agenda here, and I'm really curious on what that could be. Who's benefiting from hatred of China right now? I can't necessarily pinpoint who that is right now. Who's the beneficiary on the other side? Add the Leon, FRC is so volatile. Yes, it is. That's why it was so important on that video. I mentioned the May options because at the end of the day, I still believe that the Federal Reserve wins this game when it comes to FRC because at the end of the day, look, and I'm going to repeat this over and over again. Where are you going to invest? Where are you going to go? You're going to go to Rwanda? You're going to put your money in the Burundi stock exchange? Huh? You're going to go invest in the Colombian, whatever their money is? At the end of the day, you're still going to invest here. If you're a billionaire in India, you're a billionaire in the Congo, you're a billionaire in Mongolia. At the end of the day, you sleep better knowing that the overwhelming majority of your liquid wealth is in U.S. denominated dollars or in a U.S. Financial institution or assets in general. So they can print all the money they want to. You're still going to come and serve and use the dollar to service and protect your wealth. And FRC is doing what it's doing right now. It's doing what it's doing right now. But I honestly do believe this stock will recover. And when I say recover, I don't mean $140 a share, but why not 45? Why not 50? You know. But time will tell, man. If I could read the future, I wouldn't be up here. Time will tell. But what I can admit is that we've wasted a lot of time and a lot of opportunity in being afraid of stocks like this that eventually did run up, where intervention played a major part, you know, where intervention played a major part. Yeah, I said the CCENT is up. I have a CCENT and CCNP. That's what's up. But work in IT for 20 years. Shout out to you, Joe P. Yeah. I still, I'm always still going to prepare myself for, being in that line of work because I do really enjoy IT, and just understanding and being able to be in the room with people who do that for a line of work, you know. But networking, I learned, it's so funny because I got all of that, but I learned that networking is just, it's a little too slow for me, and more, I'm more into the administration of particular software now. As I mentioned on the Monday show, you can make six figures administrating software. There are guys who, $130,000 a year workday administrator, Salesforce administrator, 130,000 a year just being the guy who knows everything about Salesforce. You know, crazy stuff. You say you've been buying BAC, okay? Yeah, that's another stock that's taking a beating for, no reason. You know, that's another stock that's taking a beating that I'm not sure what's going on here. Somebody knows something I don't. When we look at Bank of America, the fourth largest bank in the world, the fourth largest bank in the world, is there a problem here? Somebody needs to let me know if there's a problem here, because you know it's telling, the stock is saying that there's a problem. And it's price action like this that empowers so many people who are in cryptocurrency, who are in, the new crypto finance industry. And there's a term for it, but it's escaping me right now. What's the term for crypto finance? There's a term for it. God, it's escaping me right now. Somebody in here knows what it is. But yeah, when I see Bank of America doing price action like this, I mean, what's going on? The lack of transparency is what empowers, people on the crypto side of the argument that, hey, you see, you got your money in these financial institutions, DeFi, thank you, and you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. The lack of transparency, the lack of, you know, any kind of responsibility when it comes to executives on these financial institutions that you know irresponsibly manage your money and are not held accountable whatsoever. You see, nobody's talking about the CEO of Silvergate getting arrested. We don't even know his name. You got to actually Google his name. It's not been on the news. CNBC is not talking about it. You know, Silicon Valley Bank CEO. Nobody's talking about him getting arrested. You know, and these people, you know, they with intentionally went out there and invested in products that were going to be at risk of being basically destroyed by rising interest rates. And as a bank, you have a fiduciary duty to not take such risky investments. And that strengthens my argument that when you are putting your money in a financial institution like a bank in the United States of America, unless it's one of the top five, you are putting your money into a hedge fund. When you go into the local county bank, that is a hedge fund. That is a group of individuals in your town who got together maybe 20, 30 years ago, who have put together this hedge fund that's really, you know, that's a bank, but really a hedge fund. And now they're just taking risk like crazy to make money on money on money on money on the money that you need to survive. Adam, you said, I think there will be a 2008 Lehman Brothers. Oh my God. I hope not, Adam, because what we're seeing now in these financial institutions are, you know, you're talking about some of these banks are three, four, five times larger now than they were in 2008. That would be scary right now. That would be scary right now if that's the case. And if that does end up being the case, I'll tell you what, financial media is doing a good job, playing it down. They're doing a good job playing it down because I don't see the level of fear mongering that I remember 2008, 2009. Because the media at that time was very on, the side of exposing what was going on within these financial institutions. And now what you see is a media that is, if anything, intertwined with the White House and these financial institutions to keep us dumb. It's a real change. It's a real change. You got these CEOs that go on there and they're buddy buddy, first name basis. I'm like, what the hell? How do we expect the truth out of these people? But price action won't lie. Price action won't lie. And this, ladies and gentlemen, tells me that there's something going on here that we need to learn more about. We need to learn more about it. You know, on balance volume strength, RSI strength. I mean, they are selling. This stock is being sold. Darth, you said you want to see it all burn so I can come up. I'm with you on that, but I mean, if it all burns down, I still at the end of the day, I got to go get a loan from somewhere to come up on it. At the end of the day, I still need leverage. I still, I still need to go somewhere to get the leverage because you can make only so much on cash on hand. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get rich in America, you still need leverage. I still need to go to somebody, or a group of somebodies who've got the cash for me to, you know, generate alpha at a multiple because you can't really do it with cash on hand. I mean, you gotta pay bills with that money. You gotta be a little bit more cautious on that money. So yeah, I want to see shit go down, but I don't want to see it go away. You know, SoFi is a stock that I've actually been really disappointed. I saw somebody put SoFi in. I've been actually disappointed on SoFi. You know, this is a company that has a huge, you know, brand marketing scheme that they've been putting out for the last 3, 4, 5 years. They got their name for $30 million on a stadium out there in LA, brand new stadium, gorgeous. They went out and got a small county bank, so that gave them the banking licensing they needed to, be a financial institution level on a major way, provide the other kind of services like deposit taking. Um, but it hasn't translated into higher prices for the stock. I have not done my due diligence on SoFi, but again, I just haven't seen anything in the stock to tell me, to give me a reason to dig deeper here. I just haven't seen it. Shout out to the CEO. I read an article a couple of days ago. He's buying shares at 1 million at a time, making huge investments, trying to show people that he believes in his company. But we're not seeing price act. We're not seeing that translate into demand for the stock. But hey, keep watching. Darth, you said you don't need leverage or a loan. You just need time. There we go. Big Short 2 in pre-production. Okay. Christian Bale coming back as Michael Berry. We'll see. You know, what sector is it this time, though? It was mortgages the first time, but what sector is it this time? It's not going to be real estate this time. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, they've done a really good job of creating, you know, a very secure and stable real estate market for the most part when you talk about residential real estate anyway. There's talk that the commercial real estate side might have some trouble. But, when you're talking about US real estate, particularly over the last, 10 to 12 years, most homeowners have put a deposit down. Most homeowners have very good credit scores, anywhere between 720 to 780 for most homeowners. Then you also, if you break it down by age, most homeowners in America are over the age of 50 and have about 60% loan to value on their homes. I mean, they've got quite a bit of equity in the homes that they're living in, you know. Obviously, if you add in some younger people, you're going to see much higher loan to values because they, didn't put down as much, and then also they're probably haven't been in the house for that long. But most people over the age of 50 in the United States of America, if they've been in their home at least 10 years, they've got great equity and they got great credit scores. Used car loans, okay. Credit card debt, yeah, that could be a one. That could be one. You know, I'm paying attention to what's happening with the student loans too, as well. That's why I honestly believe that we're never going to see another student loan payment in America again. I don't think we'll ever have. That's why it's so. If you're a college student right now, run it up, bro. Run that shit up because I don't think you'll ever have to pay for it. I don't think you'll ever have to pay for it. You've got like these people from India who come here, and some of them who decide to go back home, and they never pay their student loan. They come here, they might get the initial program. They came here on scholarship, but after that, they'll do a PhD or something like that, take out loans, and hop on a plane and disappear. We'll never ever see a student loan payment again, I think, because there's just no appetite to be the guy who says, yeah, you're going to have to start making payments on your student loan again. Biden's not going to do it on an election year. You think Joe Biden's going to restart student loans on a year he has to beg people of color who have some of the highest interest rates on their student loans? Hell no. Hell no. So we're going to see that delayed for a year, and he's going to hope to God he wins. But this election's for the Republicans to lose, to be honest with you. It's really for the Republicans to lose. I mean, this is too easy. All you got to do is talk about the fact that the money you make today just doesn't go as far as it used to. That's all you got to stick on. And I hope they stay away from the woke bullshit. Stay away from that woke shit. That that's not. People don't care about that. I get it. You're triggered. I get it. The guys in heels and stuff. I get it. But at the end of the day, man, Republicans, I go back to talking about jobs and child care and affordable medicine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out here just talking about that woke. That's not hitting people where it matters. That's not speaking to people. You know? Let me get off that soapbox though. It's you're talking about everything but what people really need to hear to get your vote. You know? Talk about illegal immigration. I mean that wins. You know? Right now you have what basically looks like the Umayyad horde. And this is for you history buffs. If you don't know what the Umayyad horde is, think year 1000 and you're a Polish farmer living in the town outskirts of, Warsaw or something, and there are 250,000 Muslim, you know, just absolutely insane, bloodthirsty men coming at you. That's basically what we're seeing right now on the southern border. I mean, that's what we're seeing on the southern border right now. An Umayyad horde of young, you know, low skilled, for the most part, people coming through our border at about 2 to 3 million. They said it could be anywhere between 2 million came through last year. 2 million, they think, came through last year. And these people cross the border and they disappear. We don't know what happens to them. They're working in factories and construction sites all over this country, barbershops, restaurants. I mean, they're everywhere, you know. And don't get it twisted. I'm not against anybody having an opportunity, but damn, can we at least get to know, who you are? Get you on the roll, get you to pay taxes, get you to, be in the system. He said also groomers, the walk culture, the groomers. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's all there, man. I mean, we can spend a whole hour talking about, these groomers, especially on TikTok. I mean, it's very disturbing. I had to get, my daughter's phone. I put a program in there to ban TikTok. She cannot download TikTok because there are tons of groomers on TikTok. Good Lord. In the kids section, kids TikTok, there are so many these guys who are clearly in their 40s and 50s, and they're like dressing up in like Power Ranger outfits and like trying to pretend to be like kids channels, but you can tell this guy's a fucking pervert. And at first I was blocking them individually, but there's so many perverts on TikTok kids. You guys go and check TikTok kids out. There's so many goddamn perverts on there. These guys who are like, I'm like, dude, why are you making a kids channel? Like, this dude's clearly a pervert. And pervert energy. Everybody, if you're a heterosexual guy and you're a normal, God fearing man, you know, you can feel pervert energy. You can feel a guy who's weird. You know what I'm saying? In that kind of way. And when you open up that app and you're just I mean, you can see it. You can see it. I'm like, hell no. Libs want people to cross the border for cheap labor. Well, if they're the right, oh, that's true. That's true. I mean, the liberals are horrible. I mean, liberals are horrible. Don't get me wrong. Conservatives are horrible too. I mean, they're horrible people on both sides. I just feel like we're all, you know, so many of us just don't make sense anymore. Common sense ain't common, and a lot of that plays in the fact that into the fact that we have a two-party system. We need multiple parties. You know, we need multiple parties. I think people would be there'd be a lot less foolishness if there were multiple parties and you needed kind of like in Europe where different parties kind of come together to get another party out, or you know what I'm saying? The scheming that needs to take place, but it benefits it benefits the country because people get focused on what is it can you honestly offer me if I give you my vote. In the two-party system, you don't care, you know. Lives where people okay. Let's get back to these stocks though. Let's get back to these stocks though, man. All right. Microsoft still looking like shit. Anybody got a stock that's going straight up? Like, I mean, just to Pluto, and don't bring up Nvidia. I know everybody's bringing up Nvidia right now. Everybody's all into Nvidia. Don't get it twisted. I want to sell puts in this too, but you know, I mean, you want to talk about riding the wave. Nvidia is riding the wave, boy. They are really riding this wave, and have been since January. Beautiful crossover over that 5100, riding that Keltner channel. That that it's just riding that top of that channel all the way up. Everything you want to see. RSI using that middle line as support, clearly in the buy zone. Rising on balance volume. People they want this stock. They're holding on to the stock. All right. Maybe getting a little bit too hot here, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's everything's just looking good. Everything looking good. Said rank voting and term limits. That would be nice too. Absolutely, Bats. I would definitely love to see term limits, particularly in the House of Representatives. U.S. Senate is a little bit harder. Because they don't stay for that long to begin with in the Senate. It looks like Nvidia is at its highest PE ever. Oh, okay. Is it? Let me go back and no. I see some moments it got a little higher, but yeah, I see some moments it got higher than that. I see some moments it got higher than that. Yeah, I mean, if you pull up, well, I mean, it's not fair because I'm using the monthly chart here, but if you look at the monthly chart, it looks like it's just getting started, man. And you look at this monthly chart, it looks like it's just getting started. It's been at some much higher levels when it comes to RSI. And by the way, Nvidia has not split before. It has not reverse split before. When you're looking at this chart, yes, it really was a stock at one time that was less than $10. It really was. You know, this is another stock too that really got up there during COVID, pulled all the way back to below $75 a share. Good Lord. That's the only frustrating thing about trading is that you never have enough capital, man. You never ever have enough capital. You still at the end of the day got a budget. I mean, shit. Warren Buffett's got a budget. Even though he's got $200 billion in cash, he still has a budget. You know, that's got to be a nice problem to have, though, is to not to worry about being so big in a stock that you have to only buy a certain amount of shares per day. Otherwise, you'll move the market. That's a nice problem to have. So if the president can only have 2 4-year terms, there's no way senators should be able to do more than 12. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know if there's been any senators to do 12 terms, but I know what you're saying, though. I mean, you've been some people who are in the House of Representatives who have done, 12 terms. Absolutely. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's been in there since what, the 70s, right? I think Nancy Pelosi's been in there since the late 70s. She's way too old to still be, you know, in Congress. Buffett doesn't go over 10% in most stocks because of filing and legal reasons. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But to accomplish that 10%, he can't go in there and buy it at one time, right? He's got to buy in blocks over a very long period of time in order to achieve that position. You know, particularly if he's starting at zero. I mean, to go from 0 to 10% of a stock, for a guy like him, I'm sure that takes quite a bit of time. Storm Thurmond did 8 terms. God dang, I didn't know that. I haven't heard that name in a long time. And by the way, that dude had a black daughter, and she was just as hideous as him. I saw a picture of that lady. I was like, oh, Lord, you are definitely your, father's daughter. That was an ugly looking woman. She had his face and everything. Why did coin drop so much? Because the lawsuit. The lawsuit. Stein, okay. Yeah, and I think Joe Biden had did a couple terms too. Joe Biden was in there for a minute. Joe Biden had been in the U.S. Senate for a minute. I saw a C-SPAN video of Joe Biden from like 93 or something like that, 92 in the U.S. Senate. So he's been there for a minute. He buys at one time depending on the stock. Oh, Lord, okay. There we go. Yeah, Bitcoin stocks came down hard today on the pullback. You had a lot of Bitcoin stocks come pull back hard today. Look, it's not the end for traditional finance, but it's definitely, a wake up call. It's definitely been a wake up call over the last, 2-3 weeks to traditional finance. Shout out to Fidelity. Fidelity, this past week announced that they are letting their customers buy Bitcoin in their accounts. Now, here's the kicker, though. They are not letting you sell Bitcoin to anyone else but them. And you can't take your Bitcoin off the platform. So you can only you can only buy the Bitcoin through Fidelity and then sell it back to Fidelity. And you cannot take it off the platform. Okay. So you can't, buy the Bitcoin and then, move it to your own wallet or give it to someone or anything like that. So that has me thinking, am I really buying Bitcoin? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Cash App. But Cash App, okay, it says you're buying Bitcoin, but am I really buying it? Or am I buying a paper version that you say you have, you know, and this is the amount and this is how much it is, you know? And I'm not going to lie, I do use Cash App to buy Bitcoin, but I take it right off the platform very quickly. I have my own wallet on my computer. I used to use the Coinbase wallet, but I don't know, something about having it on my phone is just makes me nervous. Look at ABK. ABK. Is that the right ticker? It's so funny that ticker came up because that was ABKD. ABKB is a fake ass company that tried to have me promote their stock like years ago. American Basketball Association, which was like a D League, wannabe D League. Hilarious. Get a cold storage one. Oh yeah, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. Yeah, that's when I was real big into Monero and stuff like that. But now I just feel like Monero might get banned. And then of course, as you said, you got the SEC now, as I mentioned earlier, going after Coinbase. Shout out to the CEO of Coinbase. He's really trying to get in front of it by, you know, putting it out there that look, we went to the SEC many years ago and said, "Hey, we want you guys to put up, rules and regulations for us that we can follow," and the SEC basically did nothing of that. If you're not following Brian Armstrong on Twitter, you should be. He's the CEO of Coinbase, and which is basically the number one exchange in America by far. No one comes even close. And I honestly believe all of these attacks are intentional. We're very, very intentional because they are trying to make the way for the CBDC coin to come out. They do really want CBTC to be a real coin. And I hope the smart, intelligent lawyers out there recognize that, we cannot allow the federal government to have that much power to see all of your transactions, to be able to, man, that's yeah. I mean, they could shut you down just like that. Prevent certain people from being able to get certain services and purchase certain things, right? Because if they can see how you spend the money, they can prevent you from spending it in a certain kind of way. So I'm a big no when it comes to central bank currency coin. Or central bank digital currency, CBDC. You said if Coinbase goes down, then crypto is literally finished. I wouldn't say crypto is finished, but I would say that adoption takes a big hit because you got some people out there that just are not going to be tech savvy enough to want to get on the internet and do that research that's required and download those programs and put in those codes and you know to to to, to keep it going. Now you've basically restricted it to a very niche audience who does have and is willing just to do a little bit of legwork. You got a lot of Americans who just they really need to be spoon fed the transition. You know, they need to spoon feed it to them. You got some people who just anything the government says they believe in. I mean, look at the, I don't want to take it back there, but look at the jab. You got some people who the government said we gotta do it. We gotta do it. It's good. These people really believe that shit. They really, really believe that the jab was like, you know, come on, man. You the most wicked organization the world has ever seen is telling you that you need to take this and put it in your goddamn arm and you don't know nothing about it and you do it. You out of your damn mind, man. Shit. Jalania in 87 had 3.3 million networks. Today she has a network of her salary is 223. They said she does insider trading. Okay. Oh, net worth. Gotcha. Net worth. Oh, absolutely. Troy, all these oh man, come on, man. All these politicians are trading stocks, man. Come on. Of course they're trading stocks. And I mentioned it on Monday. Barack Obama, again, came into Congress with a $250,000 net worth. When he was a congressman out of Chicago, his net worth was $250,000, literally his house. All right. Obama's net worth today is well over $50 million. I think it's probably at 50 million. I haven't Googled it recently. Somebody here can Google Obama's net worth. And again, he's president of the United States, right? He's going to have access to capital in a different kind of way. He can leverage his name to get beneficial treatment with financial institutions. But he left the White House with a lot of money. He left the White House with a lot of money too. All of oh yeah, yeah. Darth said it. All of them do that shit, man. Come on. Nancy Pelosi's husband is notorious traitor. That dude is notorious. I mean, you see Nancy Pelosi's husband, that booty bandit is a traitor. Traitor. I mean, that guy goes in heavy. He's a little booty bandit, but he knows how to trade some damn stock. You know, he uses his wife to his advantage. For real. What's going on, Cool Cat Beats? Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I'm still at it, man. But I came back. I was on a hiatus, so I'm not gonna act like I've been here the whole time. They putting that mRNA in the food now, and look, and that's one thing. A lot of people who come from another country they come to America. The first thing they do is gain 25 pounds. They'll tell you that there's something in the food. They're like, God damn. I was talking to this girl from South Africa. She had a nice little body. I love African women, but South African women, oh Lord Jesus, they got something else going on. I mean, just little, 2% body fat, just huge rack, dumb bubble ass. This girl came here, and I swear, 4 months, this girl had put on at least 40 to 45 pounds. She looked completely different. She looked completely different once I got back off the road from trucking. You know, I got back off the road. I mean, I was in the truck like, God damn, I can't wait to get a piece of that ass. And and that's a whole nother thing as a truck driver. You just be all built up, ready to tear some pee up. But anyway, I was like, yeah, baby, I can't wait to come see you. Like, woo woo. And I saw her, and don't get it twisted, she still had a gang of ass, but the stomach, the puffy, super puffy face under the chin, like, oh my God, what happened? I mean, what happened? You know? What happened? I mean, you're supposed to be my little Johannesburg treat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why you look like that? Why you look like that? And it's just like, oh, I don't know what happened. It's just like I just gained weight, so much weight. It's come on my body. It won't get away from me. I said, man, look, they done got you. They got you. You know. And the food really affects the women. The food really affects the women because I think women, something about women, they makes them more receptive to, again, these hormones in these foods. Because there's just there's no way. I mean, you put American women, particularly young women, you put a woman in America from between 18 to 25, and you put her next to some of these girls in South America or in Asia. American women are huge, dude. They're just physically huge. Big thighs, big arms, big puffy faces, huge racks, compared to some of these women in these other countries. We have some big girls, man. Some really big girls. You know. You said that would change to 10 when you put a few babies in them. Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing when it comes to, women in other countries, they get big once they have kids. And that's the natural progression. But in America, women get big just to get big. In America, women get big to get big. I mean, you disappear for a couple of years. It's like, damn, baby, did you eat the whole McDonald's? I mean, shit. You know, I got some girls I went to high school with. I just like, Lord, you was such a baddie. What happened? You know, you out here eating people. I said it's seed oils, bro. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Seed oils. I also believe it's hormones that they put in meat, particularly. I think some of the steroids they put in chicken and beef are really affecting women in a different kind of way. Because, like I said, man, like women in America are way, way too big. I mean, they're huge compared to women. And again, if you guys in here you travel at all, you know what I'm talking about. Women in America are huge, are huge. Not to change the subject too much, but you look, it's nothing in the South to see a chick with double D's, right? It's nothing. But it's really, really hard. If you travel, it's really hard to go to South America and find a chick who has double D's. It's like, you gotta really, really look. Because you're like, where the racks at, man? You know, where they at? Anywhere really outside of America. It's outside even Europe. To find a chick with a huge rack, it's not easy. But you go to any campus, you'll find that anywhere out here, and it has a lot to do with the food that we're consuming here. You want a girl with some big thighs, all over the place. You know, big old bubble all over the place. But again, you get on a plane to wherever you want to go, and it's a dime a dozen. It's a dime a dozen. That's why they make such a big deal in all these other countries when they see a girl like that. It's like a big deal out there. You know, it's a really huge deal. For those guys, I don't know if you ever been to Nigeria. I mean, they're obsessed with big women. I mean, if they in Nigeria, if you're a big woman, all the men want you because you're considered like a status symbol. You're a status symbol if you're a big woman. In America, nobody wants a. I mean, nobody wants to walk around with the woman that's. Don't get it twisted. A lot of these guys, you smash them behind closed doors, but you know, eventually in the relationship, you get embarrassed, and then you check them to the side. But you go to some of these countries, these developing nations. Oh my God, a big woman is a sign of wealth, and nothing pleases and warms their heart than a 280-pound woman with 50-inch hips, triple D's. I mean, they get excited about that out there. They get excited about that. You know. Contrarian, what are you talking about? Annette. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a ticker. Okay. Arista Networks. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have the call in line back on the next show. I'm having so much trouble with line two, and I think the issue is that I had a previous account with them, and then I got a new account, so it's overlapping somehow and preventing me from getting in, even though I set up the username and password 2 or 3 times. ANET is the ticker on the screen right now. It looks really good actually, but I don't know anything about it. Great volume. It's got a very much a Nvidia type chart. Yeah, shout out to Passport Bros, man. I like what they're doing out there. I like anything that gets guys the opportunity to go see what the other parts of the world are doing. I'm all for it. The only thing I don't like about Passport Bros and what these guys and people who don't know what Passport Bros are basically just black dudes who are traveling and they're going out there meeting hot chicks because they feel like they're getting screwed in America. My only thing I don't like about it is that a lot of them are just trying to smash. You're not really building. I don't I'm not cool with that part where they're just jumping from country to country just trying to smash. When you're wasting the opportunities to build networks either for doing business, you know building wealth. Go out there, open up a bank account. Some of these countries, you're getting, 15, 17% interest on your money. Go make a video about that. Go get some real estate out there. Go, learn something. Put people on game on on how to get some money. You know, these dudes are just going out there making videos about how to get some A. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, there you go, Darth. They're just a bunch of high dollar tricking. I mean, come on, bro. Like I'm going to Asia. I mean, can we make some money out here? Like, can we make some boss moves? What is the banking situation like this? What does crypto look out like out here? How about the real estate game? Can we get into the real estate? You know what I'm saying? Smash and grab. It's not even smash and grab, it's smash and dash. That's what they're doing. It's smash and dash. You know, and that's pathetic, man. That's pathetic because you could be really going out there building networks to put yourself on a different level, and you coming back from Asia empty-handed. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. And the way they're not making no moves out there because when they're making videos, it's always just with a female from the country. If I'm going to another country, I'm like, let's talk to some of these Vietnamese dudes out here. What's the play out here right now? You know, if you get cool with the dudes, you can get any female. You know what I'm saying? If you get cool with the dudes, but if you're not cool with the dudes and you out here just playing with their C list, because that's what a lot of them dudes are doing. They're just getting the C list. As long as you stay in the C list line, once you cross into the level you're not supposed to be, that's when they're gonna get hurt. And a lot of them already gotten hurt. You know. But I mean, I digress. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, do your thing. You know, I'm cool with that. Said putting babies and chicks and leaving. Yeah, well, what's this guy Taylor Made Dreams? His channel. There was a time when I was interested in the DR because I mean I just feel like Dominican women are gorgeous. This guy's in his 50s, grown children here in Atlanta, Georgia. He went out there and made two babies in the Dominican Republic and then ran away to Thailand. It's so funny you brought up Thailand in the chat room. So he's got two kids out in the DR and he's ran away to Thailand. He came back to the DR recently, made some videos about, hey, I don't want to stay here. I'll never stay here. Yeah, but you made two kids over there. And nobody's holding this guy accountable. You know? Nobody's holding this guy accountable. Like, that's fucked up, dude. You just made two kids and you just, that's not cool, man. I don't respect that, man. I don't respect that. These dudes are low-key scheming to rob those tricks. Oh, absolutely, Michael. Absolutely. They're waiting to catch you slipping, man. Like I said, right now, Passport Bros, they on the D list, on the C list of the females. But once they cross over to the chicks that the men in that country find beautiful, find appealing, find like the ones they want, they're gonna learn that lesson. They're gonna learn that lesson. They already chased one brother out of Brazil here recently. Dude took off and ran. Yeah. Look up that black man who died in Brazil not too long. Was it? I think it was Colombia. It was maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. He was trying to buy some real estate out there in Colombia, but dude was tricking heavy beforehand. He was tricking heavy. Tried to make a play for some real estate. Showed up with showed up to the house cash. Oh, and they killed this dude, man. They killed this dude. They killed this dude. He was putting a deal together by himself. No lawyer, no, help at all because he spoke a little Portuguese that you know or Spanish that people would fuck with him on a local level, and they killed him. Yeah, I think if you just Google American dies in Colombia real estate deal or something like that, it'll pop up. Zoom to Thailand is pretty good. Passport Bro channel. Okay, Zoom to Thailand. I'll check it out. Zoom to Thailand. But the problem is that again, a lot of these guys who are going out there, like somebody said in the chat room, they're high level tricks. But not only high level tricks, a lot of them too, man. You just really a haircut away from getting a female out here in America, man. A lot of these dudes, they really don't kind of take care of themselves, you know, with the hygiene and you know, they, I don't want to name no names, but those of you guys who watch the passport channels, you know what I'm talking about. Some of these guys are not getting haircuts. Some of these guys don't clean their beards. Some of these guys don't brush their teeth regularly. Yeah, yeah, you got to go overseas to get, some pee, you know. But you can run the same game out there, run it here. What are you doing out there? Well, you are basically dating women who earn anywhere between 50 to 70% less than what you make. Okay, you can do that here in America. And you can say, oh, Sal, oh, Sal, I fucked up. Terry Julian. Oh, Terry, uh, you know, the quality of the women is too low at $25,000 a year. Well, I mean, okay, get your money up then. Get your money up then. Get yourself to $120,000 and find a girl who makes 45. Trust me, it's a different experience at that level. It's a different experience at that level. You're not going to get as much mouth. You're not going to get as much resistance to when you want something, you know. But if you make 55, 60, and she makes 51, 52, or 60, yeah, you're going to get a lot of mouth. You're going to get a lot of lip. You're going to get a lot of, why should I do that? You know what I'm saying? She don't feel like, she thinks that you're better than her or that she's better than you, excuse me. So there's going to be some disrespect there, you know? Yeah. So if you can run that game in Vietnam, run it here. You can run it here. You can run it here. You know. Money Green said, I saw your comment, Money Green, where you said you can trade from there too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can trade from there too. Interactive Brokers lets you do all that. You just give them a call and say, hey, I'm going to be in so and so country. I'll be logging in from there. Because if you just leave and show up in that country, some of these software have built-in parameters where they won't let you log in. I learned that lesson when I went to the Congo a couple years ago. Tried to log into my uh, at the time um, Schwab account, and it wouldn't let me log in from that IP address. You know. And then when I called them and said, "Yeah, I'm in another country. I'm trying to say, okay, we're gonna send you a text message." I'm like, "Ah, fuck." Well, I'm using a phone that's got a SIM card in from another country. I got a different number. Well, I'm sorry. We got to send you. I'm like, ah, fuck. So I was locked out my account for a whole damn month. Darcy said you've never had problems with chicks, so don't know why. Yeah, I mean, some guys do though, man. Some guys do. You have uh, many, many men that are called incels or who are involuntarily celibate. These are guys who want to blow their load in the female but can't because uh, they cannot attract a woman. And you know how horrible that must feel to know that you cannot get a woman to close. That's got to be hard. That's got to be tough, man. And that's dangerous. I mean, we don't. That's dangerous that we have so many guys out here who are involuntarily celibate, and those guys are dangerous. An involuntarily celibate man is a very dangerous dude. That's a very dangerous dude because that's a guy who can hurt himself or hurt others because he feels like he can't go out there and stake his claim. You know, you know, guys who are strong and determined and go to the gym every day, take care of their bodies, get a bunch of girls. Those guys aren't the ones you need to be afraid of. It's the guy who can't get no girl. It's the guy who's hiding in his bedroom all day. The guy who's, you know, can't seem to make anything work in life. Don't go to the gym. Don't do nothing. He has no plans, no organization, not really trying to make no moves. That's the guy, society has to be aware or is to be afraid of. You know. You say if you just open your mouth, you can get a chick. Is that well? That's the thing, though. I mean, Darth, when they open their mouth, whatever they're saying isn't working. Whatever they're saying isn't working. So all they have to do is hit the gym. Yeah, you can do that too. A lot of time, yeah, yeah. The solution for a lot of men's problems is the gym. I know the solution for all my problems is the gym. You know, for trading, for building some websites, flipping some shit. On Facebook Marketplace. Getting some, running my cash up. Michael says they're goofy, hilarious. Yeah, look, man, for every Tyrone in the hood, Pookie in the hood that's running through 7, 9 different women a month, you got some nigger nerds out there that are sitting in the suburbs wishing that they can run through one woman a month, just hoping and praying. You know, that's why you get a lot of this strong kind of like anti, black thug hatred sometimes out of particularly like middle class brothers. You get the they all they want is thugs. Okay, no, because you mad because the thug can talk, man. Thug is good with the wordplay. Thug knows how to dress. Thug puts on cologne. Thug gets his hair cut every week. Thug's got a T liner in his bathroom where he's cleaning up every night. You know, and yeah, so Thug gets to lay pipe whenever he wants. He got females, ready and willing to, serve him, and that's why you mad. And that's why you mad. You know. So whenever you hear these brothers, all these women, they just want thugs. That's really just, that's the hater rate. That's really hatred. It's jealousy. It's really jealousy when you hear that. You know, all they want is thugs. No, they just want dudes who can dress, dudes who can get them turned on. That's all. Women just want to be turned on and told what to do. That's it. Just do those two things. Tell them what to do and get them turned on. That's it. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to have a job. You don't even have to have a car. Some of the finest women I ever had is when I didn't have shit. I didn't have shit. That little $400 apartment somebody came in here and told me about how I used to live in. Man, I was running through women in that apartment, bro. Running through them. Women who had graduated. I was, just out of had graduated years before me. You know, running through them. You know, yeah. These girls are not. These women are not hard, man. And I say girls because again, I'm kind of stuck between 22 to 27. That's kind of like my thing. I mentioned that on Monday. I don't really like to go older than 27. After that, you're starting to really, you know, to use a stock term, you're kind of a bag holder at that point. You're dealing with somebody who's been really beat up. You're dealing with somebody who's got a lot of emotional trauma, you know, and I'm not a bag holder. You know what I'm saying? you know, you going down, I'm a sell. You know, there you go. He said, I don't want no parts of the hood chick. Oh my God, give me a hood chick. Let me tell you something. You don't know anything until you get that stupid ratchet ghetto head. Oh my God. Whoo! Oh Jesus. Okay, let me stop. Whoo! 'Cause that's gonna have me making a call tonight, man. Let me stop. Yeah, let me stop before I send this girl a text message. But I don't want to because don't get me twisted. She's gonna turn you out, but there's a lot of drama that comes with that too, man. Because she gonna, she's a sneaky one. She's gonna go through my phone when I'm asleep, and she's gonna find, you know, people she don't like, and it's gonna be drama. So let me not start that. Let me not start that. Yeah, man. My thing is, I mean, look, the preppy girls are cool too, man. But I don't really like messing with them because they be, I don't like to lie to women. And when you're dealing with a woman who's got her stuff together, and you know, she tends to be somebody who wants something real. I mean, she wants a relationship, she wants marriage, and at the end of the day, man, I'm still holding out for my African queen at the end of the day, you know. So I don't want to play like uh I'm trying to get married tomorrow, you know. And a lot of those women, that's what they kind of want, they want a ring. Whereas, again, a sister who's maybe from the hood or whatever, she might have a kid or two, or no kid. If she has no kid, she definitely ain't trying to get locked down. A girl from the hood with no kid, she's not trying to hear nothing about a ring or anything. You know, she wants you to take her out to eat, buy her an outfit or two, a wig or two once in a while, get her nails done, hair done here once in a while. Not every day. Don't be buying some, don't buy her stuff every day. Don't buy her stuff when she asks for it. It's, you know, I don't know, guy like me, you ain't get no money out of me until I see some sweat around your face. you know what I'm saying? But hey, again, I digress. But I make them work for it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have some sweat on your face and some little, substance around your mouth. You getting $1 out of me. You know what I'm saying? But and that's not on some, what they passport bro stuff. No, that's just, yo, like you make me happy, I make you happy. You're my girl. You know what I'm saying? It's real G shit. You know. He said, "You just want a woman to be a woman, no drama, not too much of a square either." There we go. You say you fell asleep with the phone in your hand. Now we still in here kicking it up, man, because I mean we about to get out of here in a minute, but you know, I just want to see what the people are talking about, and I want to drop a few gold stocks. I'm still doing some research on some of these, man. But let me drop some gold stocks on you real quick. Uh, FNV, I want to see the liquidity build up in here a little bit more. and it's not too pretty of a stock. Not too pretty of a stock, but volume's getting higher and it's looking a bit attractive. So we'll see if this breaks out of some resistance levels here from the past. GFI. By the way, all these good gold stocks, they basically all have the same charts, right? All of these are huge, huge players. I made sure I only put up ones that have, $1 billion or so market cap. What you're looking on the screen right now, GFI, is one of the top 5 in the world. This is a South African gold miner. GFI is a huge, huge player in the space. I'll remove that drawing. Breaking out on some levels there. Great, great volume on that. Very liquid stock, GFI. Very liquid stock. Then you got what, DRD Gold. That's another big player in the space. Again, all of them have very, very similar charts. This one too, billion is a much smaller company than GFI, but also again another one that's growing volume and looking very interesting. But I'm still doing more research on some other gold plays that to pay attention to. But at the end of the day, still love GLD just because I can use options to get in and out of the trade, and I don't have to really worry. And again, you know, do you really need the gold stocks if you can just go and get GLD that gives you basically the same chart? Moves the same. Actually, probably moves even more aggressively. So, is GDX still a decent play? GDX2 is still out there, very liquid. Great options on GDX2. So this is another one where instead of again individual miners, if you don't want to play into single stock risk, you can go to GDX. So I wanted to put that out there today. What about silver? Silver is interesting too, but man, I don't like the delayed reaction in silver. And that's just annoying when a nice move today though, 2.7% today. Again, over my moving averages, so it looks interesting here. Would love to see OBV break, some recent highs that really kind of show people it's for real. But man, it's actually looking really nice here. You know, based on what and how I trade, this would be a long to take right here. This would be a long to start selling some puts or a deep on the money debit spread. I would do that right here. You know, a big time deep in the money debit spread. He said it's not simping if you don't hit chicks and never get it. Well, you a sucker. Well, yeah, that's sad. I mean, if he said it's not simping if you don't hit. I feel like it's simping if you don't hit. It is simping if you don't hit. Uh yeah, I mean if you give her some money and she goes out and spend it to improve herself and then you don't hit, that's simping. Now if the whole relationship is built out of you giving her money, that's simping too. In exchange for, what, that's simping too. At the end of the day, look at that, man. It's one of my, we talking about females and one of them is just calling me right now. Let me see. Let me just show y'all. Yeah, see that she's calling me right now. I'm on live right now, baby. I'm making money right now. Can't give her the money. But yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Look, at the end of the day, bro, like if you got a lady, you're gonna have to give her something, man. At the end of the day, all these women are trained to get something from you. You're gonna have to share your resources with her. The only bargaining chip she has is what's between her legs, and you're gonna have to give her something at the end of the day. Okay. Um, I don't care what anybody says. If she has a flat tire, if her battery dies in her car, if she doesn't have any money for gas, if she's out and she needs, $20. You gotta, there's just gonna be things in life that are gonna come up, and if you continue to want to have access to her body, you're gonna have to, you know, you're gonna have to do that, man. You're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to do that. There are very few women in this world who would just let you hit for nothing. You know, eventually she's gonna want something out of you. You can go a month, maybe 2 months, but eventually you're gonna have to come through in some kind of way. Say not really. You just might be a one. I mean, sure. I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, some girls will just be around, but my thing is like, man, if you want it on the regular though, if you want it on the regular for this from this female, you're gonna have to put out, man. You're gonna have to put some, put some butter on it, because if she's not really getting nothing from you, then you become, kind of like, I'll see you when I see you, you know. That's the thing. I don't really want to be a I see you when I see you type of dude, you know, because when I need it, I need you to come through. You know what I'm saying? I need you to come through like a hot Domino's pizza. Yeah, big Onk. I mean, they're expecting something, man. You just gotta set the expectation early. Like, hey, look, I ain't no sucker, man. Like, don't ask me for half of your rent. Don't ask me for no dumb, no dumb shit, man. Like, you need $20 for gas. You coming to see me? You looking good. I know you getting your hair done. You know, let me get your feet done. Let me get your nails done. Let me get your face beat at Sephora. You can get, call up, Sephora. You can set up. That's a really great date, by the way, too. Sephora has makeup artists in there, and hey, I want to take you to Sephora to get your face beat. Most of these girls have never done that before, and you can take her there. You know, the makeup artist. Like, hey, I'm on my date. Just make her look cute, and then after that, you take her to dinner, bro. Bro, it's panty dropper, automatic, bro, automatic. Go on your Instagram. Your city probably has an abbreviation. Just hashtag. You know, for example, if you're in Atlanta, you just do hashtag ATL makeup artist, or makeup artist, hashtag makeup artist ATL. And all those women that pop up are women who are either, getting their face done, or they are makeup artists. And you can get one to schedule, it'd be like $50, bro. Some of them $50, $60, and be like, hey, look, I got this cool makeup artist who come, and like, women like little shit like that. And that's a cool way to find females too, because you look up a makeup artist from Atlanta, the girls who are following her are local. So that's another great way to, find, cool girls to talk to as well. You just look at her followers, see who's, following her. You can hit them up that way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you wanna, get out of that whole dinner and the movie stuff. A lot of brothers kind of stuck on that, like, let me take you out to eat bullshit. Fuck that shit, man. Like, go do something different. Go do something different, bro. That dinner and the movie crap. That shit's so played out and tired. There's so many things in your city for free. Like, I've taken a girl to the opera before. She ain't never been to the opera, but you can get her a chance to dress up. Throw the tickets I got for free. The tickets I got for free. Go to see the opera. We were like one of only like four black couples in the whole like thing, and she felt so special. She got to dress up, hear the opera, you know, just different stuff, man. They hate boredom. Yeah, they hate boredom. And then you get to be associated with different experiences. Like, man, this bro too. He took me to the damn opera. He took me rock climbing. He took me to Top Golf. Like Top Golf. You know, Top Golf isn't even really like a special thing, but a lot of these girls have never been to Top Golf. A lot of these girls have never been to a driving range where they just go out, take her to the range, bro. She can't swing a golf club. So now, I'm all up on that behind, what I'm saying? I got my arms around her. We getting physical with it. I'm showing her how to swing that thing. She's never been to a golf range. Now she gets some couple Instagram moments, you know. Yeah. It's so much, and all these things, bro, besides the Top Golf thing, because that can get kind of pricey depending on how long you play. But you take it to the range, bro, that's like $25. They'll give you clubs, they'll give you balls, you know. And if you don't have clubs, bro, I got my clubs from the Goodwill. I'm not buying $300 clubs, bro. You can go to Goodwill and get a whole set of clubs. They're literally in the back by the books. You go to any of these Goodwills, these Salvation Army places, they're clubs, Titleist, all of them back there. Get you a nice club set. Buy yourself a new bag. I don't ever want to, don't get a used bag. Get yourself a good new bag from Amazon. You can get it from like $20, and then just put your clubs together. Every brother should have a set of clubs. You don't have to be a golfer. Just have your set of clubs. Top golf. No, that's not miniature golf. It's I don't know even how to explain it. It's a nice little golfing place where it's basically a driving range with a built-in restaurant. That's all it is. It's a driving range with built-in restaurant. Great idea. Great business idea. Great business idea. You said chicks who have never been anywhere are never grateful. I don't know about that, man. I wouldn't agree with that. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that. I feel like, she hasn't been, and she's, if anything, very, very grateful. You know, used clubs, yeah, man. Come on, bro. All these rich guys we have used clubs. They're not. Most of these rich guys are not buying new clubs, dude. They share clubs with each other. They come on. A lot of these guys aren't buying new clubs. I mean, you can if you want to, but you know, new good clubs are not cheap. And I like the strong, high quality clubs. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to one of these sports stores like Sports Authority and get some like hybrid bullshit that you're swinging and it breaks in half. I've seen that happen before. You go to some of these sporting goods stores, you're getting some hybrid bullshit, and it breaks in half literally. Go to the Goodwill, go get you something from 2002. Those big back Titleists. You get a whole set for like $20, and just keep it in your garage or keep it somewhere in the closet somewhere. You know, go out to the range, hit by yourself. Sometimes you'd be surprised how many conversations can start out there. You might end up getting a job, man. Who knows? Or just meeting some wealthy people. You know, you got to network, man. You got to go out here and network. If you are one of these company men, you got a 9 to 5 at a Fortune 500 company. The higher up you go, you might end up, playing some golf with somebody, man. That's what those guys do. You might end up going to a shooting range with one of those guys. You might end up going to some kind of event where, you're doing some manly shit. Well, I won't call it golfing manly, but you know what I'm talking about. You're just going out there and socializing and politicking. So get used to that. Yeah. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. We had a really good show. Um, it's really interesting what's going on with Coinbase, where the federal government looks like, I don't know if they're trying to take them down. What is the end goal? I'm very curious as what is the end goal with what they're trying to do to Coinbase here. This is the third institution that is crypto heavy that they've gone against now in the last 2.5 weeks. They shut down Silvergate. They shut down, Valley Bank. Now they're going after Coinbase. Who's next? Who's next? Darth Kermit, I appreciate your bets. He said, network, I stopped. Let go. I dislike corporate. It's been too long. Yeah, I'm not a corporate dude. Man, look. It's just not for me anymore. I just don't like having to smile when I don't feel like smiling, laughing when shit ain't funny. You ever had to laugh in a corporate environment and you knew the shit wasn't funny? You know how painful it is to smile when a joke ain't funny? That shit is painful, bro. And if you're a brother in those environments, man, there's a lot of shit you got to do and you don't feel like doing, man. It's this might be a strong term, but it's like getting raped every day, bro. That's how it feels. You gotta I don't know. It's just really just couldn't do it, man. Corporate it's a different beast. It's really a different beast. And by the way, you're never going to make it all the way to the top anyway. So what's the point? The Negro position at any corporation is typically reserved for somebody who's going into the DEI role. That's basically the highest role in any organization for the black person, right? DEI used to be called, that office used to be called the Office of Community Affairs or Office of Diversity. That's typically reserved for the person of color. They don't want to make the CEO or COO or CTO. They'll put you in community affairs. Now they call it the DEI role, with diversity, equity, and inclusion. Right? So you'll get put into that. And you look at any Fortune 500 company, you'd be very hard pressed to find a brother on, what they call the CEO track, where it is CEO, president, COO, vice president of operations, and then it kind of goes down. You'll be very hard pressed to find a brother in that succession line. You'd be very hard pressed. You would find a brother mostly in HR. He's on the HR side of things. You might find him in sales. A sales guy, the highest he gets is VP of sales, and that's pretty much it. But CEO track is very rare to see that. So you're kind of just wasting it. Yeah, you got to tap those shoes. You got to tap those shoes. So that's why, again, that's why I just feel like, you really have to just manage your money, invest, look for ways to use the money you're making to build some wealth outside of your job, whether it's, buying a business somehow, or buying some property somehow, or finessing a way to get yourself off that. Because these companies, man, they're just not going to pay you what you're worth. They're not going to pay you to get rich. Okay? They're not going to pay you to get rich. And especially now with rising interest rates, man. They're out here nickeling and diming, man. I saw your comment, Jeff. You were saying you're teaching your girlfriend how to trade now. I can tell she's got plenty of respect for me. I think she's attracted to me. That's what's up, Jeff. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the comment. What do you think about founding companies for traders like Apex? Dan, I'm not sure what you're asking me here. What do I think about founding companies for traders like Apex? I gotta look into that. So your brother's a CPO for a therapeutic company. That's what's up. Yeah. If you want to be CEO of your own business, or get into a startup. Get into a startup where you get stock options. Because again, it's very rare for a brother to put himself in a position to get stock options. That's very rare. I have rarely seen a brother raise himself up to a point where the company says, we want to give you, some stock in the company. We'll but, you getting yourself in one of these small companies, you might end up with something. It could be something. But then again, also you could end up just wasting your time, because a lot of them do go to zero. If that funding dries up, well, guess what? You're going to look for another job at a startup. So shout out to everybody who was in the building today. Dark Kermit, Bat Scientist, Andrew Cox, Big Ankh, Dano, JDRSM, Jeff, Clay Furious, Jeff Saint Till. Is that Saint Till? Saint Ill? Who else was in here? BA. Who else was in here? Shout out to everybody who was in here, man. Universal Success, Troy Tolbert. I appreciate all you guys who were in here, man. Been watching me, listening to me for years. Your boy's back, man. So Monday and Wednesday right now, putting out videos every other day since. Trying to work with this guy on Upwork to do my videos and editing, and because that's what YouTube is now, man. You guys want credits and logos and title work. Man, fuck all that, dude. I just want to talk about the stock and get off. But you guys want presentation, so shit. I guess I'll have to redirect some capital into that. Just another fucking expense, but I mean, look, YouTube pays for itself, so it makes it worth it sometimes. All right, so shout out to all you guys, man. Tomorrow is another trading day. Trade well, man. Take care.